South Park, known for its biting satire, hilarious antics, and relentless skewering of pop culture. But beyond the humor, this show has moments that can hit you right in the feels. And today, we're going to explore the one episode that stands out as the saddest of them all. What happens when a show famous for making us laugh suddenly makes us cry? Chapter 1. The Heart of South Park. For years, South Park has made a name for itself with irreverent humor. From the early seasons where Kenny died almost every episode, to more recent story arcs tackling serious societal issues, it's clear this show has evolved. Yet through it all, the bond between the main four, Stan, Kyle, Cartman, and Kenny, has been a core thread. This bond is tested time and time again, but in one particular episode, the emotional stakes rise to an unprecedented level. Chapter 2. Setting the Scene. This episode begins like many others. It's a normal day in South Park, at least on the surface, but things take a turn when one of the core characters faces an emotional dilemma that feels all too real. The typical humor fades into the background, and we start to see a new side of the show's beloved characters. Chapter 3. The Emotional Dilemma. The story centers around Stan, grappling with the harsh reality of growing up. In this episode, titled You're Getting Old, Stan hits his 10th birthday. But instead of celebrating, he begins to notice something troubling. Everything around him seems terrible. The music he once loved sounds like garbage, his favorite foods don't taste right, and even hanging out with his friends feels different. Stan's newfound negativity grows, and it begins to drive a wedge between him and his friends, leading to one of the most poignant and painful breakups in the show's history. The emotional weight of this scene is palpable. For fans who grew up with these characters, it's more than just another episode. It's a reminder of the difficulties of growing up and the sometimes inevitable loss of innocence. Chapter 4. Breaking Point. But it's not just the kids who are going through emotional turmoil. In parallel, we see Stan's parents, Randy and Sharon, at odds. Their relationship, already strained by years of Randy's ridiculous antics, reaches a breaking point. Sharon, fed up with Randy's behavior, makes the heart-wrenching decision to separate. This subplot is a raw and honest look at the complexities of adult relationships, something you wouldn't expect from a show that once centered on fart jokes. As Sharon moves out and Randy watches his family fall apart, we see a side of South Park we've never seen before. Quiet, reflective, and utterly heartbreaking. Chapter 5. The Impact on Fans. When the episode aired, fans were stunned. It was a far cry from the usual chaotic, laugh-out-loud moments South Park is known for. Instead, this episode resonated on a deeper level, speaking to anyone who's ever felt like Stan, lost in a world that no longer makes sense. People took to social media to express how this episode hit home, sharing their personal stories of growing up, losing friendships, and navigating the harsh realities of life. Chapter 6. Why this episode stands out. So what makes this episode stand out as the saddest in South Park's history? It's the vulnerability. For once, the characters aren't hiding behind jokes or ridiculous scenarios. They're dealing with real, relatable issues: loneliness, loss, and the slow, painful process of growing apart. Stan's inability to enjoy life and his parents' separation reflect universal struggles that many viewers can connect with. Chapter 7. Hope on the Horizon. Despite the overwhelming sadness, the episode leaves us with a glimmer of hope. In future episodes, we see Stan slowly coming to terms with his new reality. While things will never be the same, the message is clear. It's okay to feel lost sometimes, and it's okay to grow apart. Life changes, and so do we. But through it all, there's always hope for brighter days ahead. South Park may be a comedy at heart, but this episode proves that it can be so much more. It's a reminder that even in a show filled with over-the-top antics, there's room for genuine emotion and storytelling that resonates on a deeper level. What did you think of this episode? Did it hit you as hard as it hit us? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into your favorite shows.